Metro Public Adjustment is hiring nationally, and we are hiring now. Hi, I didn't start off my career as a public adjuster. In fact, I didn't even know what one was. I was a music major in college. I ended up working in the high tech world for about 20, 25 years. Had some very good success there. But at some point, I realized that I needed time. I had a change of circumstances in 2009, which made me a single parent of three young daughters. And when you work in the high tech world and you're in an executive position, you're on call with that company day and night. You may earn 200, 300, $400,000 a year, but your time is not yours. And when I became a single parent, I needed to have time, and I just couldn't have it. So I ended up becoming a stay at home dad for about 2 years. And when I went to go back into the high tech world, I couldn't get hired. I was either too old, maybe I was too expensive, but I couldn't get hired. So I learned of Metro Public Adjustment, and I was really excited by not only their business plan, but by the compensation plan. And what I'd like to do is just share that with you today. Metro Public Adjustment is in a business that is, quite frankly, unique. There are very few competitors in the business, and what we do is we really resolve a lot of issues for people who are not satisfied with their current work environment. And there's a lot of us that are not necessarily pleased with what is going on in the workplace. We either have too much month with not enough money, or we just don't have the time like I did. And if you have any of these issues, Metro may be a way of resolving these issues for you. We've been in business for 28 years. We're an industry leader in consumer protection in our marketplace, and we have virtually no competition. What we do is we educate people and we advocate for them when they have a claim with their insurance company. We help them understand their policy and their policy limits. We help advise and help them understand their policy. And then what we do is we actually will support them with the insurance company to make sure that the insurance company is paying them properly and treating them fairly. We have three services that we provide. The first is that policy coverage review, where we discuss with a client what their policy is and what it can do for them. Most people don't realize that you're allowed 2 to 3 claims every 5 years. And most people don't ever file a claim because they're concerned that something's going to happen with their policy. And that just is not the case. Secondly, by doing these policy reviews, oftentimes we then have an opportunity to help that client with a claim. And so what we will do is we will actually assist them in the claim, we will advocate for them, and we will handle all the negotiations with the insurance company. The third thing we do is very exciting. Most people don't realize it, but when you settle a claim, that is done, and you are not allowed to reopen it. Well, a public adjuster can reopen a claim for a client, and 95% of all claims are handled without a public adjuster initially anyways. So that means that these people are most likely underpaid. So we have the opportunity of getting them compensated properly for their claim. We market ourselves through this advocacy. We teach you how to teach them about their policy. We teach you how to identify damage that is an insurable loss. And then we teach you how to handle that and do it without any cold calling, without any sales, quite frankly. We have no product to sell. We don't even sell the service. The service is either needed or it's not. So there's no door to door. There's none of that selling kind of activity. What we do is we work with a client. We explain to them and teach them what a public adjuster does and what that service provides. We then evaluate their homeowner's policy and identify any damage that they might have that would be an insurable loss. We take pictures and we document it, and then we fill out that paperwork and send it in to the company to have them support. We all do this using DocuSign. So it's not even a requirement to be on site with a client ever. All of this is done virtually. For that effort, for an hour, hour and a half of time, you're initially compensated about 20% of the company fee. on an average claim, that represents a little over $600. Once you've done 15 claims, you now self-promote yourself to a senior claims rep, and now you get 25% of the company fee for the exact same effort that you put out for the 20%. That means it's almost $770. Once you've done 15 claims 3 months in a row, you now are given the opportunity to become a regional manager. This is a private franchise. It's your own business. And you are now compensated $900 for the same effort that you were paid $600 for before. I became a regional manager in 9 months, and I've taught people how to be a regional manager in 9 months. A typical income is, a typical $20,000 claim income, you're looking at $2,000. The largest claim I ever worked on was $650,000, and I earned about $20,000 for it. I worked a little bit more than an hour, hour and a half. That was probably about 10 hours worth of work. When we help people with a settlement review, we also get compensated very well. Look at this first example. It's a church near Philadelphia. They were denied coverage entirely. We were able to reopen that claim and get that client compensated $187,000. To the claims writer, that was over $5,000 in compensation. You can go down the list here. A lot of compensation can be derived simply by helping people reopen claims that they were not settled properly on. If you start off with Metro on a part-time basis, you may be able to earn close to $30,000 per year based upon just helping one client every week, every month. That's a great income. That's a great addition to your family income, plus all the tax advantages of now having your own business. I work full time, and I'm able to do anywhere between about 10 to 20 or 30 claims. If we average that out at 20 claims a month, that's about $3,000 a week, or about $150,000 a year in income. Now, the training on our business is very straightforward and can be done in any, you can do all of this at the same time or in any order. But you're going to do at least 3 training claims with us, and you're going to learn how to read an insurance policy and how to identify damage in that process. Also, you will be compensated for those claims at about $200 per training claim. In addition, you'll do a 1-day class with us. It's a virtual class. It's called Quick Start, and you'll learn about 60 to 70% of what you need to know to be a public adjuster in that class. The third thing is you'll complete the licensing requirements in your state, and obviously that varies based upon state. I told you that we don't sell. So if that's the case, how do we get claims? Well, there's about 27, 29 different ways of getting claims. You get claims by providing support and helping people with their policy reviews. We'll teach you how to do surveys with your social media to help identify clients. We also develop partnerships with other third parties like contractors, financial planners, real estate agents, chimney sweeps, HVAC engineers. There's a lot of professionals out there that could use our services if they knew that we existed. They simply just don't. So we'll teach you how to develop those contacts and develop those methods for getting your leads. At Metro, you're a sole proprietor, but you're never by yourself. You're always working within the business structure of Metro, which supports you. We have a back office that'll give you all the information about your claims. There's no overhead that you have to cover. There's no payroll that you have to cover. There's no inventory. There's no product to buy or sell. And you have full tax advantages and unlimited income. So let's get started. What you need to do is fill out the HR paperwork that will come to you. It'll be automatic immediately following this presentation. Fill that out, and then let's schedule the training and get you started. You can be earning money in your first 48 hours with Metro. I welcome you to the team and look forward to working with you.